Don Dwyer and WGEM News. Better together.
Alexandra, good evening. I'm here at the Fort Madison Public Library. You can see over my shoulder people casting their ballots, and election officials say more people have been turning out this year than the last midterm election. One of the houses here on 20th and Exchange, and you can see it right behind me, the tree still stuck on top of this home. Keller was supposed to appear in court today to waive his right to a preliminary hearing, but he did not show today. Democratic Senator Claire McCaskill had a rally in downtown Hannibal this morning, firing up the crowd about issues before they head to the polls to vote. Take a look at this. A Fort Madison crew is trying to drive through floodwaters, and it's already up to their car door in Riverview Park. The last time I was here, this building was just in the beginning phases of being built. Now they have everything up and running. It's automatic and not manual anymore, and the goal is to be able to make it last for years to come. The governor says the Vets Home is here to stay after wrapping up a week-long stay. He gave a speech this morning to talk about his strategic long-term plan. I met with the Hancock County Chairman Delbert Krebs and board member Pat Kramer about this issue. They declined to go on camera, but they went and said in statements that this resolution is a bunch of nothing. It's just a piece of paper. That Kramer says his constituents wanted to do something about it, but local gun owners say it's much more than that. Cigarette stores and gas stations are packing up, preparing for the worst.
We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's my first experience with a flood, so I don't even know if it's going to be 10 days or more. They're calling in another hurricane from down south, so.
Down the street, Airco is filling up sandbags and laying them down. They even took the pumps out with fear of water damage. Business owners hope this doesn't last long.
It's less. It's very stressful. It's going to hurt business quite a bit. You know, everyday sale is worth every penny. Health department won't allow us to sell if they're all flooded, so.
Okay. Metha says they moved quick because water was rising.
It was told last night that it's not going to be this high. So all of a sudden this morning you wake up, you see that the water's already hit the roads. I mean, it's a circumstance that you can never prepare for.
With businesses closing down, residents down the road in Alexandria are used to flooding, but with new upgrades to infrastructure, the mayor says they'll be okay.
5 years ago, we put in brand new pumps down there, bigger ones, and they're kind of automatic, so we kind of just hold the river will tell us where we got to go with it.
The impact is being felt from the Des Moines River. The levee is high enough to handle the flooding right now, but the city is ready for anything.
Supposed to have some sandbags coming later from down in southern Missouri. They said that they called me early this morning. They're going to send some up, so I don't know. We probably won't even need them, hopefully.
And now all they'll have to do is wait.
Very difficult. I wish we could do something about it, but there isn't much rather than prepare for the worst.
Big smile, wow.
It's 7:30 in the morning at the Sage House as Brian and his 14-year-old daughter Chloe get ready for school. Routine is everything for Chloe.
Her diagnosis is autistic in MR, which is mildly retarded.
Chloe is a student at Keokuk High School.
Be a good girl. We'll see you.
Bye. Have a good day.
Her dad drops her off every day. She's on a precise schedule because if something is off, she will act out.
It's pushing somebody away or taking somebody's food or something like that. But it's all stuff that if you have the right kind of interventions, it can be mitigated.
Sage says getting that needed treatment is tough in southeast Iowa, especially Lee County.
We've got to go to Iowa City to get anything official for a diagnosis. Apparently, you can't get that at your local doctor's office.
A National Alliance Iowa report in 2015 listed mental health treatment in the state as one of the worst in the country. Digging deeper into this, we went to the state capitol in Des Moines, where Iowa Department of Human Services officials say they've made a lot of changes. 3 years ago, they created regional offices across the state.
Those 14 regions have developed access to a core set of services for individuals with mental illness and other disabilities.
The Southeast Iowa location is in Keokuk. CEO Ryan Wood says the program is still in its infancy.
We have had significant growth in services that are available to everybody within our 8-county region.
But Sage says the growth in services needs to happen sooner rather than later.
If we go to Iowa City and want to get into the behavior intervention program there, you've got a 7 to 8 month wait.
Another struggle in the region, the state closed the Mount Pleasant Mental Institution. This facility used to host dozens of patients and had a drug-controlled substance program here in southeast Iowa, but it's been closed for 2 years after the governor, Terry Branstad, shut it down. Now, a recent report shows that bed numbers, just like this facility across the state, are up, which asks the question, should they have closed this facility in the first place?
We've seen it as a missing aspect in the array, realizing our focus is really on community-based levels of care. But you still need inpatient hospitalization and the dual diagnosis.
Teresa Armstrong, DHS's Bureau Chief of Mental Health, says the cost savings was the main reason for closing the facility. She says funding won't fix everything, but it'll help parents like Sage. His insurance doesn't cover mental illness, and he's on Medicaid for Chloe.
She would not be able to get those supports herself. She would more than likely be homeless, or more than likely be in jail, more than likely be in a hospital.